3rd and 6. Carr steps up, he's in trouble, and down he goes. It's a sack for DeJuan Smoot, his 4th of the season.
Well, they had 12 guys on the field. If not, they only have 10 now because somebody just ran off the field from the Raiders.
On 3rd down, there's the veteran Marvin Jones reeling it in.
To Trevor Lawrence.
20 targets today, you're talking about?
20 targets today.
That's a lot. Lawrence fires wide open man, and it's caught in Vegas territory. That's Christian Kirk. 3rd down and 5.
1 linebacker, 6 defensive backs for the Raiders.
And they are not able to connect. Loose ball, and the Raiders fall on it. 3rd down and long for Las Vegas. Carr over the middle, finds Adams, slips a tackle and picks up the 1st down. That was Aluakon who missed the tackle. If he had made it, such long 1st and 2nd downs. Here's one here on 1st and 20. Carr trying to get some back, throws on the run. He's got a man, Adams, at midfield, and he's got a 1st down. So clearly the game plan, get the ball to Davante Adams, a 21-yard pickup. It's 3rd down and 20 for Las Vegas. Carr to Adams. Adams with some blocks at midfield, turns it up, and a good job after the catch by Davante Adams. Already his 4th reception of the quarter. On 4th and 4, Carr slings one. Adams has it for a 1st down, and a big play on 4th down. Play number 10 on this drive for Las Vegas. Carr looking for Adams. He's got a step. He's got the catch. He's got a touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. And the Raiders are on the board. 3rd down and 1 with Etienne in at running back. Remember, on the fumble on 3rd down, he wasn't in there. It was Hasty. They pitch it to Etienne, running right. Here comes Crosby, and he's got him. What a play by Max Crosby with the somersault after a loss of 4. To get accustomed to the time change and the humidity, which we have plenty of today. 1st and 10, Carr back to the air. Throwing sideline, and Renfro is able to grab it. Was he in? Yes. Great catch by Hunter Renfro. Adams is at the bottom of your screen, matched up with Tyson Campbell. Carr over the middle. He's got Hollins for a 1st down. So Mac Hollins keeps the drive alive, a 13-yard gain. Screen to Abdullah. Abdullah breaks through up to the 20-yard line. A 38-yard field goal attempt for Daniel Carlson. And he has now made 40 consecutive field goals. 1st down and 10 for the Jaguars. Lawrence fires right away. He's got a completion. That's Jones, who's wrestled down by Rock Yassin. And now 3rd and 4. Lawrence, and he threw that one behind Evan Ingram and incomplete. To work on Carr, and Carr told us he feels 10 times better than he did a week ago. Has time here. Now flushed out, throws on the run. Wide open is Morrow. Morrow with the 1st down and more into Jacksonville territory, and taken down from behind by Trayvon Walker. Sure that Boomer is letting Phil know about that. Carr looking deep, had Adams down there. He's open, the defender slipped. Adams wide open, touchdown! The 2nd of the day for Davante Adams. I thought you were joking when you said 20 targets for Adams, but you weren't. He's already got 7 in the 1st half. Etienne running left. Etienne is spun down just shy of the sticks.
They've been running left behind Cam Robinson, number 74, their left tackle, for some success early on.
Lawrence. He's got a wide open Zay Jones. Former Raider makes the catch in Vegas territory and shoved out of bounds by Rock Yassin.
They're looking at the long haul with their teams.
3rd down and 8. Pressure's coming. Lawrence steps up. He's going to keep it himself, and he's got the 1st down and more. Down the sideline and out of bounds. Etienne has the 1st down and more inside the 5 and down at the 1. And now 1st and goal. High snap. Etienne up the middle, and he is in for a touchdown. And that's a big drive for Jacksonville.
Al Davis said, we'll take what we want. So far, we've wanted to throw it to Davante Adams.
Throwing again there. They're going right back to Adams, working on Tyson Campbell.
Are there 6 or 7 guys in the box?
Another handoff to Jacobs, and he slips through. Jacobs with a first down run, his longest today. Robertson Harris on the tackle after a gain of 12. Adams in motion. Carr will find Adams. He's got some room to run. A first down before Aluakun makes the tackle. A gain of 11 for Adams. 1:51 to go. Jacobs trying to take it to the outside. Breaks through across the 30 and a first down run for Josh Jacobs. The way kickers can kick these days, maybe the Jaguars can get in field goal range. 3rd and 3. Carr to the end zone. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Underthrew Abdullah. So Carlson out from 38 yards. He already hit from this distance early in the half. And this one is good as well. So it's now 41. 3rd down and 3. Lawrence steps up. He's off to the races again. Another first down. Still going. Lawrence into Raiders territory and tackled at the 44 by Deron Harmon. Trevor Lawrence told us Friday that Zay Jones is the guy that can fly and get down the field. Instead, they go underneath to Kirk, and now they're going to have to hustle to spike the football. His decision-making as well. 44-yard attempt, and Patterson is good. He's now 12 out of 13 on the season to begin the second half. Carlson boots it away. We had some light rain fall during halftime. Here's Agnew on the return, and he's got some room. Agnew at midfield and finally dragged down from behind. In the first half, only the 1 sack for Jacksonville's defense as a flag is down. Nice catch by Kirk along the sideline. As Etienne was just short, 3rd and 1, he picks up the first down and spun down by Perriman. Jaguars fans watch closely the red zone. Lawrence has struggled in the red zone this year. Let's see how he does here. Quick pass to Ingram, blocker ahead, and Ingram does a good job after the catch. If it's there, throw it. If not, sail it. 2nd and goal. Lawrence throws it. He's got it for a touchdown to Christian Kirk. Didn't need to sail that one. 2nd down and 2. To Jacobs. Oh, he's got a hole, and he's got a first down. Still going all the way out across the 40-yard line. Hoping his defense makes a play on 3rd down and 11. Play clock at 1. Carr takes the snap. Has time. Fires a strike, and it's incomplete. Cisco had it in his hands. On first down, it's a play fake. Lawrence throwing on the run, connects with Luke Farrell. And he's got a first down for Jacksonville. Just his 2nd catch of the season.
Options here from Doug Peterson.
Lawrence has time. Now chased from behind by Chandler Jones. Throws on the run and completes it. Big 3rd down play to Marvin Jones. A gain of 12. Jermichael Hasty comes in to replace Etienne. Lawrence throws. He's got his man and another first down. This one to Dan Arnold. Lawrence, good protection, finds his man and another first down. 10 straight completions for Trevor Lawrence. And they run it with Etienne on the right side, inside the 10, spins at the 7, and is finally tackled at the 6.
Stick that ball out and get your first down.
Instead, they flick it to Etienne at the 5, cuts it up, and in! Touchdown! And the Jaguars pull ahead. They haven't come out with the new rankings
I
yet.
have, though.
Okay. 1st and 10, Carr to Jacobs. Here comes the pressure. Carr steps up, throws, and it is caught for a first down. Jacobs running right. Gets off that block. Jacobs across midfield. And finally tackled by Josh Allen. Carr, Chase throws on the run, and Adams is on the sideline. No, incomplete. Having a good game today with 2 touchdowns. 2nd down and 11. Pressure's coming from Perriman. Lawrence steps up and throws and completes it to Jones. A flag is down. What a play by Lawrence. That was nearly a safety. We've learned the hard way, but now we just need somebody to close it out, whether that's on offense or defense. 3rd and 3 is incomplete. 3rd and 7. Here they come, Carr, and it's juggled and incomplete. Abdullah could not hold on. It was Devin Lloyd, the rookie, applying the pressure. Jones in motion. Here's Etienne. Slips a couple of tackles, has the 1st down and more. Shoved out by Perriman, but a good job by Travis Etienne.
This could be the start of it right here.
3rd and 4. Lawrence fires, and it's caught for a 1st down. Christian Kirk out of bounds at midfield. A 10-yard pickup. The matchup of his receivers against the Vegas secondary. It's played out that way today. As Etienne finds some room. Nice moves by Etienne. And tackled at the 29 by Martinez. 3rd down and 1. Heavy package for the Jaguars. Etienne is hit hard by Martinez, and I think Etienne is short. Out of the hold of the punter, Logan Cook. And the kick is no good! Carr looking for Adams, incomplete. They were not on the same page there. Pretty much ended with Las Vegas not able to stop the clock. 4th and 2. Carr over the middle, incomplete. Off the hands of Renfro.
Watch out in the AFC South for the Jaguars.
All right, 3rd and 7. Etienne. 1st down, what ended? He's very close. Let's see where they spot it. 48-yard attempt from Patterson. This one on the way, and it is good. Pressure's coming. Carr is sacked. Smoot again with his 2nd of the day.
One of those outside edge rushes has to get after Derek Carr right here.
Carr will check it over to Bolden, and now he's going to try to lateral it across the field to Morrow. Morrow throws it back. Lloyd has it. Lloyd is down at the 15, and the Jaguars will win. So this is the first time that they'll win a 1-score game, and for the Raiders, they now go to 0-5 in 1-score games this season. And a big win for Doug Peterson and the Jaguars.